Yeah, but Angela, wouldn't that be taking over somebody's free will? You think free will is just a bag sitting on the ground that anybody could run away with? Free will means you get to choose the cause. You get to choose the cause. You get to choose the effect. You just get to choose. But once you choose the cause, that matching or corresponding effect is already there. You can't manipulate it. If you don't like it, you can't hate it. Why not? Because it has a partner. Cause and effect, they go together. So if you don't like that effect, go all the way back and change the cause. And the cause is always the mental mood. Yeah, but Angela, how do you know that's true? How do you know that that's not new age? Well, what's the first thing you say when somebody asks you something or you ask yourself something? Man, I'm just not in the mood. And you know, when somebody says, I'm going to call you later, you say to yourself, girl, I'm not in the mood to talk to anybody right now, let alone later. You notice you're not in the mood. And according to the mood, well, that's how you will behave. So when you catch yourself, you say, I'm not in the mood. You realize that if you're not in the mood, you don't do it. Now, here's the thing. When you say, I'm not in the mood, but I got to, you've changed your mood. You changed the mood. If you're going to act, the mood has to match. Mood always matches. This is correspondence as within, so without. So the next time you want to say, but yeah, that's not really realistic. What is real? What you tell it to be. But Angela, that's so not true. Look around you. If I stub my toe, that's real. Of course it is. What you experience is real to you. Just like if you come and you say, you'll never guess what happened to me. You experienced it, so it is real to you. Me, when you tell me and it's hearsay, I'm like, please, that is not real. Like the man who christened me Angel, you know, that one. He came in last night and he told me a little story. He said, Angela, he goes, at first when I heard it, I didn't believe it. I thought it was too far-fetched and it was ridiculous. He goes, but listen, this old Italian man is a free diver and he always used to dive, you know. And he doesn't need a tank or anything, he just dives. And I had the mop in my hand and I'm riveted, I'm listening. And he says, so one day, he's just talking to his daughter as he jumped into the water. He turns and he looks at her and he feels this tap on his back. So he turns around and hears a dolphin. And he said, well, I thought the dolphin wanted to play. But the movements were so frantic and erratic that I had to do something. So he followed the dolphin down. And there was the dolphin's mate, barely hanging on to life, caught in this net. So he rushes back up to the surface and he says, bring me my snipping tool, blah, blah, blah. The daughter jumps in and gives it to him, you know. Oh, yes, handsome. Good morning to you, too. He jumps in and he goes all the way back down. Now, remember, she's barely hanging on. He frees the dolphin and up she goes to the surface and has a baby. Just like that. So he's telling me these things. And I'm like, dude, that is not real. I said to him, are you sure? He goes, yeah, I didn't believe it either. He goes, I didn't believe it either. but it's true. Now you see, the person who had the experience, it is real for them. I am hearing about the experience. I can't get my head around how real that is. So it is not real to me, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't real to someone. You see? So sometimes we have experiences, and sometimes we want to invalidate our experience because that's not real. Don't invalidate somebody's experience because you didn't have it. You can't say. You're just it's hearsay to you, but you don't know. Just like when something happens to you and you say, oh, really? That did not just happen to me. You want to tell your friends, and they say, girl, can I have some of what you're sipping? And you say, no, for real, it did happen. See? The experiences that we have throughout the day are real to us. They are real to us. We experience them. We just do. So let us aim for beautiful experiences. But your experience and my experiences, they are all linked to that internal mood. Remember what we said. Flo Smiles made a really great clip of it. Those three things. What are you thinking about every day? You're thinking about one particular thing all the time. What is that you're thinking about? How many times are you thinking about it throughout the day? And how does it feel when you think about it? If you can identify that, you've just identified the thing that's ruling your life from the shadows. Why you choose the type of person you do. Why you eat the way you do. Right? All of these things. Why you like the colors you like. Why you don't like something. You know? And oh, here's another tiny story for you. My workmate, she came in last night. She's like, you'll never guess what I have. And I was like, what do you have? She goes, we have a baby duck. I said, what? Turns out her boyfriend went fishing, yeah? And this mother and her ducklings went by. 2 hours later, he hears, oh, ding, 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 ding. He hears this noise. And it's a baby duck, a little duckling. Now, he waited until just about dark, and that mama never came back. And that little duckling stayed with him. So he picked up the duckling and took the duckling home. Now, she says, Angela, I don't know that my mother's going to let me keep this because she's young. She still lives at home, yeah? I don't know if my mom's going to let me keep it. I said, girl, you don't got to worry about that. Everything is all right. Everything's going to be all right. And I met that little duckling. His name is Dumpling. And he is so cute. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but his name is Dumpling. Listen, why would she have such an experience? I don't know. But the intensity of the, oh, that tells you where her mind was. That's all we can know. But we don't know exactly what because it doesn't go by what. It goes by that feeling that matches. And listen, it is the cutest little duckling. And I didn't touch it because, you know, it's their duckling, right? You don't want to confuse it. And so it is the cutest little thing. I smiled to myself because I always talk about my chickens. And now they have dumpling. And so it was just something so beautiful to me. And duckling came to the store, right? And was waddling around. And it makes a very interesting noise. Doesn't chirp like a chicken, you know? But it's just so little, and I think it's just turned 3 days old. So you see, my beautiful friends, there are experiences. There are beautiful ones. Participate in those. So now, anytime that you want to change your mood, you now have two stories that if you remember them, automatically you've changed your mood. You can't think about no baby little duckling and say, oh, your mood changed right there. Hold on to that mood. The level of intensity you feel towards the little duckling, you understand, will help you throughout your day to have corresponding experiences that make you go, oh, that is so cute. Test it and see. Yeah, but that sounds crazy, Angela. Sure it does. But how will you ever know for yourself unless you test it? You will be testing the principle of correspondence as within, so without, so that the next time you see your favorite car because you've been thinking about it, you will know that favorite car didn't just show up out of the blue. It showed up because you summoned it. And how did you summon it? The mood you get into when you think of your favorite car. My boss drove his Corvette in the other day. Oh, let me tell you something. It's got some sweet low profile tires. Whew, all you gotta hear is that engine when you turn it on. But truthfully, it purrs nice though, right? But nothing purrs as beautiful as a Mercury Cougar. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Cars have always been my thing with my daddy. But the way the engine sounds and the way it makes me feel, anytime I am in a funk and I feel like I'm in a bad mood, I remind myself, Angela, as within, so without. You see how that mood feels? Girl, you don't want an experience like that. And I will flip through the Rolodex of my memories and I will find a mood. We all have it. We all have it. Like my coworker, she has this way of giving you the look. You know, the look that your grandmother would give you when you in church and you trying to talk, she gives you that look. And I'm like, ooh. One day I said to her, girl, that look. You don't have to say a word, but that look. Right? So we have experiences and we store them up. We're not just storing them up because we're bored. Pull one out the next time you feel like you are in a funk. You feel like you're up, down, funk, gonna give it to you. You know, you feel like you are in a mood that you can't shake. Go back through your memories and find something that made you laugh out loud, made you pee a little. Go and find one of those. Why? Because neurologically you're doing something. You're telling yourself, listen, you see this? This is how I want to feel. And remember, it is not every day you're going to feel happy. Not every day you're going to feel sad. Ebb and flow, rhythm. But if you hold to the constant, which is the principle of rhythm, right? There's going to be an ebb and there's going to be a flow. This too shall pass. It's not an idle word or phrase that we say. It is not an idle phrase. It is the principle of rhythm. There is an ebb and there is a flow. High tide, low tide, new moon, quarter moon, half moon. Those are all rhythms. Winter, spring, and some of us are wishing for fall right now. Shoot, some of us are wishing for spring because it's hot. How you feeling? Hot, hot, hot. Listen, you ever get so hot you're sticky? Oh, mercy. But all you get to do is change your mood. And when you change your mood, remember it is a cause. And whatever you change it to has a corresponding effect. Yeah, but I don't know if I could get it right. How do you know you got something right unless you do it? Stop being so hard on yourself and just roll up your sleeves and go, oh, here, hold my tea. Here, hold my coffee. Here, hold my beer. Let me see if I can do this. All I gotta do is change my mood. I got a whole bunch of memories I can pick from. And let me tell you something, Linda. If you have made it your business to choose from the unhappy memories, well, habit. What is a habit? Something you do the same way every day. So how do you make a habit? Do something the same way every time. So don't always go towards the bad feeling memories. You know, that old thing. No, turn towards a good memory, a fun one. Just just practice turning towards that one. So now, neurologically, you're telling yourself, next time, go here. And it's going to lay down a pathway for you so that when you encounter something, neurologically, you're going to go there instead of somewhere else. You will always do what you have rehearsed. I, I don't make it up. I'm telling you, watch yourself and you'll see. You think Pedro said those lines because he didn't practice? No, he practiced. And even when an actor is so good to ad lib, you know what makes the actor ad lib? The feeling draws it out of him so that the ad lib corresponds to the mood that he has rehearsed. So, my beautiful friends, today as we go through another hot day, it's all right. It's all right. Wear something cool. Mm? I don't know what dress I'm going to put on today, but it'll be a dress, I'm telling you that. Oh, it will be a dress. So go out into this world and know that you have the power to change. Yeah, but uh. Listen, every time you say but, your butt's gonna grow a little bit. I think that's what my problem is. I said but so much that I turn around and I say, hey, what is going on back there? You know, you run down to the mailbox and you get a round of applause, somebody cheering you on, and there's nobody there but that ass. That's what happens. So stop saying but all the time. Okay. You have this in the bag. It doesn't matter how long you've been struggling with it. Today you realize that you don't have to struggle with it anymore. Change your mood. Oh. Anywho, Sugar Visions is kicking up with us here in these YouTube streets. And there's somebody else too, but they just didn't say hello. But I will say hello to you first. Hello. Who's on Twitter? Wait. It's like an echo in Twitter. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Tumbleweed Twitter. But that's all right. People catch the replay. And who is with us today on Fanbase? We have the lovely Miss McQueen. Flo Smiles. Hey, girl. Ray Ray. Crescia? Or is it Creature? Two E's would be Creature. Because it's a long E. But there's a one E, so it must be Crescia. But you know what? I'm not going to speculate. I just want to get your name right because that's important. And then there's Michael. Hey, Michael. I see you. So, anywho, thank you all for being here today with me and spending this time because I turned the fan off last night. And now your girl is paying for it. It's hot. It is hot in my room. But I got the window open. Anywho, go forth today and know. KNOW. Know that you have it within you. Here's the 3 steps, and then I'm going to go. Step 1. Who or what? Where you want to be? When do you want? What do you want to be? What do you want to become? Don't answer the question. I want to become this, but no, 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 no. There's no but. Just answer the question. I don't care. This is not a question of if you think it is possible. You lay down a neurological pathway, anything is possible. That's what makes things possible. Okay. What do you want to be? Now, what is the supporting evidence? Meaning, what would you be doing if you were it? What would you be doing if you were as rich as Bezos? You go shut down all of Italy so you can get married too? The audacity. Well, isn't that what you would have? A level of audacity, a level of confidence? It's not the money, it's what the money implies that you'd be doing. Bonding action. So, what would you be doing if you were healthy? Running through the fields talking about the hills are alive. I can dance. I can drop it like it's hot. I can pop it. Because you're healthy now. Is that what you'd be doing if you were healthy? What would you be doing if you were gainfully employed as an entrepreneur or an executive assistant? What would you be doing? There's always something that you're going to be doing. The moment you say that you are, it has to have the corresponding action. So, what would you be doing? You start to go through your mind's eye because this is step 2. Experience in imagination what you would be doing in reality if you were the man or the woman you wanted to be. What would you be doing? And you start to see all of the things that you'd be doing. But one of them is going to be most natural to you. And for me, I usually say, girl, you would never guess. Let me tell you something, Linda. That's how I would say it. That's how I would share my news. Naturally, that's what I'd be doing to imply that I became what I said. Oh, Lessa just popped in the Twitter. So you see step 2? What would you be doing? You need to have the evidence of what you would be doing. So the same way you can flip through and find the worst case scenario, flip through and find the best case scenario. Because that's what you'd be doing. So now that you've got your finger on it, what you'd be doing, it comes with a feeling. Oh, a feeling of excitement, a feeling of, girl, this is what I said I want to become. And it feels good, right? It feels so good to me. And the moment that you catch that feeling, you just set down the beginning impression in your brain, your neurological pathway. You just set down a new one. But here's the thing. Keep feeling it. It is irrelevant if you see it on the outside just yet. You're going to see it on the outside when that groove is in the heart, when you've already set it down. You're going to have the corresponding effect. So don't talk about, I don't see it yet. It's not here. This isn't real. Hello, you are setting a groove in your brain. And when you set the groove in your brain, that's how you're going to live it. So today, those are the 3 steps. Because naturally, we already do those 3 steps. Oh, I can't do that. They don't love me. That's why my life is the way it is. That's a neurological pathway you've got set down from what? One original impression that you kept feeling over and over and over again. And as you say you are, you must do. Anyway, I have prattled on, according to YouTube, 49 whole minutes. Listen, I love you. Go forth this day, and hello. If you want to say yeah, but you can say yeah, but I know I can change. Ow. You see how you take Romans 28:28? All things work together for good for those that what now? Okay, then. All, not some, all things work together for good. That's all you need to know. Because the moment judgment will come in, When people say, for those that love the Lord, and you don't live like you love the Lord, and then you know what happens? You stop trying to change your life. So stop right there. All things work together for good. Duh. That's all you need to remember. For what now? Good. Not some, or a few, or a dash, or a sprinkle. All. You know what all is? The all is mind. The universe is a mental creation. Listen, countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love. I do love you. And I will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to come hang out with us right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I thought about it. Facebook, fan base. I thought about it, but I didn't say it. TikTok. Right? Anyway, I think we have 8 days remaining, and we'll have a new baby chick. Stay with me. Anyhow, I'll keep you updated, right? You know I love you. I will see you on the morrow. Fan base, I always close you last, but you know how it is. Love you.